mind state and subconscious levels being so out there that if you could reach them, you could do stuff like make a hand materialize, grab that object, take it back. And they say there's been people that have done it under, like C.J. Wilkes, a scientist, different ones that have seen it done, like first-hand accounts and responsible witness. Enough people where they say, hey, the Russians are ahead of us on this, and it's ESP to, like, beyond a steroid level.
So Zendian is sort of like...
we can get into, the research they have on it.
Is this sort of like remote viewing, but your hand materializes, grabs an object, and disappears and go... Yeah?
Exactly. I was like, it goes past remote viewing, and now at first they were talking about organic matter, but now they're talking about inorganic. Anything is fair game. And so here's the process. Like in Russia, what they would do, like the typical MK Ultra type thing, break your mind down, like cause all kind of motion, and they realize that your unconscious, your subconscious level compared to your normal consciousness, they're like vastly different, and your subconscious level is so overpowered, like we just don't even realize. So they did a lot in breaking people down, breaking you down to where you could submit to outside forces at will. Then with noises, with what they call the abort technique, where with enough practice, people are able to say, okay, I'm going to make this hand materialize. The scientists will grab the hand, Paul, Staci, Justin, and said some cases felt warm, some cases felt like flesh. One of them said he wanted to make it stay. It just vaporized, like slowly dissipated. But now, don't take my word for it. In one of the Russian studies, it was saying, according to Pullum, director of the Southeast Hypnosis Research Center in Dallas, Texas, before the end of the 1970s, Soviet diplomats will be able to sit in their foreign enemies and foreign embassies and use ESP, in the case of the Horn Blvd airport technique, to steal the secrets of their enemies. See also reference 91, page 216. Pullum states that a spy would be hypnotized, then his invisible spirit would be ordered to leave his body, travel across barriers of space and time to a foreign government security facility, and then read top-secret documents and relay back the information. Such astral projections already have been accomplished in laboratory settings, Pullum said, adding that the Russians are probably now trying to perfect it. And he further states that the Soviets are at least 25 years ahead of us in psychic research. Anyway, but the psychic ability, the reference to details given in some of Pullum's work with astral projection, other scientists and mediums interested in the work are Professor H.A. Kane of Northern Arizona University, Dr. Charles Tart of the University of Southern California, and Dr. V. Nushian of Alma Ata Sybil College. Noted astrologers in other states, there is great danger that within the next 10 years, the Soviets will be able to steal our top secret documents of out-of-the-body spies. Now, this is 1970s, or when they were talking at this time, but I'm telling you now that Iran has accused Israel of using this stuff.
That's very possible. Very possible.
So do you think they're further ahead than even Russia is?
I would think by this time with AI, anybody that has money for AI, whether it's been on the hobbies, they can find out anything they want to, break any code, any crypt. So nobody's information if it was guarded.
Yeah.
So I would think.
Well, when you watch Star Trek and you see them going into the teleporter and they beam on down to the planet, I mean, we're all these little molecules. You have atoms and neutrons and everything else. I mean, matter can turn into energy, energy into matter. So it's very feasible. Do we have the technology? Well, maybe some of these crashed UFOs or whatever. We did an investigation, did some engineering on some of these UFOs and gain some of this information, especially Israel. I mean, they get a lot of UFO sightings over there.
Yeah.
Well, they've been saying a lot of stuff about in the news. I mean, in the regular mainstream news about all these monoliths and things and pyramids that they feel these structures, like the Indonesian one, couldn't possibly have been built by a human. I mean, they're saying this stuff, in regular, MSN News or Edge or Windows, whatever, talking. So it seems like history was reset and reset and reset, like we talked about. So I don't think this technology, the ESP and whatever you call it, jinn or angel or entity or alien, I just think there's probably different forces and classifications at this point, but we've all probably had some encounter with them.
Oh, guaranteed, yeah. 100% agree with that. But haven't they been doing, like, Russia had a head start on us. I know during World War I is when the major things started with the psychics, the telekinesis. Can you bend spoons? Can you do that? And they did the deprivation. But wasn't that even before then? Like 10s, 20s, somewhere around there? Weren't they always just kind of...
Yeah, they've always been, and especially in losing wars, you start looking for edges, like, no, we don't want this to happen again, and, people start going deeper. Who knows what secrets you get in wartime, like what they said they got the Sumerian technology from, Saddam and them. They said that they grabbed artifacts. I don't know if that's true or not, but like you said, they could be secrets.
Well,
Yeah.
Hitler was so obsessed with religious and any artifacts that would give him an edge,
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he was high Satanist.
That's right.
What was that movie, The Monument Man, or something like that? With George Clooney, where they...
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The Monument Man?
Yeah. I don't know the exact name, but I know they were trying to use the techniques and stuff. And
Yeah, because they were going after it was like after the war, and they were finding bunkers of all relics of religious stuff, and he was obsessed with finding like the Holy Grail, the Spear of Destiny,
yeah.
Yeah,
And he could use